tell you that, you got to get used to life in a wheelchair. I know they only had your best interests at heart, but I didn't like that. I surrounded myself with therapists that shared my vision on trying to get me as close to what I was.
In 2008, Carte Blanche brought you the story of Andrew Merryweather, a young man on his way home from a night out when he was brutally beaten up by 3 schoolboys at a Cape Town petrol station. They left him a tetraplegic.
Basically, a tetraplegic is 3 limbs don't work. So when I left the hospital, it was just my right hand that worked.
It's an incident that Joy Merryweather battles to forget.
I struggled so hard to go past that garage for so long. I couldn't face it.
It's been 6 years and Joy still has moments when she struggles to cope.
I think sometimes I'm an ostrich and I put my head in the ground and then everything goes past and I pop up when I can, and that's kept me going.
Andrew, meanwhile, is positive, talking up his relatively speedy recovery.
The first time I got in the car, wow, that was almost as good as standing up for the first time, because when you're in the car and you're sitting in traffic, you're the same as everyone else.
He attributes his physical recovery to good fortune and hard work.
Through the treadmill therapy, which is therapists moving my legs on the treadmill, I have been able to now weight bear through my legs and take steps if I have a Zimmer frame.
And beyond the support of his mom, he has a dedicated fiancée, Robin Siebers, who he met after the injury. A law student at UCT, Robin has been seeing Andrew for over 5 years.
The first thing I remember when I think back to the first time I met him was his charming smile, and he made me laugh. It was really funny.
Robin says the wheelchair has never been an issue.
People often ask me, how is it dating someone in a wheelchair? He doesn't let it come between us. So it's not like I have to look after him. He's independent.
He's always so protective of him and so caring of him. It's really amazing to see the two together.
We've been together since 2008. We're engaged now.
However independent Andrew may be, the brutal reality is that in many circumstances he needs assistance.
You must watch him get into the car. It's quite a mission. And then, if you're going into the shop, you then got to get out the car and then into the shop and back into the car. So it's not really that easy.
Yet Andrew moves freely around his house, making a good cup of tea in the process. And he had some gym equipment adapted to help him with his rehabilitation. Andrew has had to come to terms with his situation and is determined to walk again. It starts with his Rondebosch house that's equipped to his needs. How are you feeling today?
Obviously you can see I'm a lot stronger. Physically I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot more comfortable with my life. My life has gone on. I've had adventures, I've had twists and turns like everyone else.
Andrew's latest adventure revolves around visiting England. He's headed for a tiny village in the northeast of the country, where he will try out what is known as a walking suit.
You must be incredibly excited about this trip.
I'm really very, very excited. It'll be a time when I can actually see Andrew walk again.
Andrew had been to Europe before, but this was different. Mother and son were traveling to England for this very specific purpose. The company offering the walking suit is in Yorkshire. The owner is Dave Hawkins, and he has spent 30 years in a wheelchair. Dave's condition is the result of an accident while in pursuit of his favorite sport, rally driving.
In my dreams, I've never been in a wheelchair. In my dreams, I'm always walking. Sometimes I'll struggle to walk, but I'm always walking.
From his rural workshop, his daily life revolves around seeing physically disabled people maximize their potential.
All we do is try and bring up, enhance, build on, allow people to get more from life.
Dave sells an Israeli-designed walking suit known as the Rewalk. It's one of a handful of such suits on the market. Although it can't restore lost functions, it can essentially get paralyzed people walking again.
The Rewalk is an option to eliminate one of those limitations in life. Some people use it for an eye-to-eye conversation. They want to be in a meeting room, stood up, not looking up at people. Being sedentary and sat down isn't what we were designed to do.
Andrew had spent 5 days trying out the suit, guided by physiotherapist Matthew White. Because Andrew is a potential client, Matt must ensure that he can work the suit.
Its design is to take over the use of the legs and to move the legs, but the responsibility is still on the individual user to maintain their balance using crutches.
Andrew's been sitting for 7 years, so this entire exercise is an extreme challenge.
Because of the level of his injury, he has weakened muscles affecting the majority of his body. He's restored a lot of arm function, but he still has weakened muscles within his trunk and weakened muscles within his legs.
I just find my arms are quite tired because I'm not trusting the machine enough yet, and I'm letting my arms do a lot of the work.
But Matt is quickly impressed with Andrew.
We've now managed to take a few steps completely unaided, completely under his own volition, and in control of the rewalk himself.
Essentially, the machine is so easy to operate. It does everything for you, and your crutches are really just there for you to tilt from side to side.
And always keeping an eye on proceedings is his mother, Joy.
From the first day to see him get up was truly amazing, and to see his progress has been awesome. From Matt sort of really having told him all the time to then be times where Matt is not holding him at all.
The mental challenge can sometimes be half the battle in overcoming physical disabilities. In that sense, the positivity at the clinic is enormous. Everyone seems to be on a mission to help, like Matt's colleague, Imogen, who put Andrew on a cycling machine.
Your legs wouldn't be able to cycle around like this if it wasn't for the stimulation provided by these wires.
What is it actually doing to me?
When your leg is pushing out, this muscle is contracting. When your leg's being brought in, the muscle behind is contracting.
Although the company started off as a wheelchair manufacturer, it has moved on to custom designing gym equipment for the disabled and even cars, Dave's hobby.
For 9 years I was the only paraplegic in Europe competing in rallying, and it's my intention to win more than one rally next year.
The other day he was testing this rally kind of quad car. It's just unreal, the gadgets that he has here. You really forget that you're in a wheelchair with everything that's available here.
Dave's workshop is fully kitted out to provide gizmos for the disabled market, such as this vehicle created for a boy who broke his neck on a bicycle.
The machine behind you is going to a lad in Cumbria who was 18 years old, suffered a C3 complete injury, is pretty much redundant with any use of the upper body. On this system we're going to put a suck and blow system for the brake and the throttle, and a head steer, so that literally if you can breathe and move your head an inch, you can drive this vehicle independently, yet that person can't feed themselves, not even scratch the nose.
Dave says the right attitude makes all the difference.
Positivity is a crucial element of anything in life. A glass half full is a wonderful asset to that. So we try and encourage and build on that and make people realise their dreams.
It's day number 5. Andrew enjoys last at the clinic.
The final morning drive through to the clinic today, it's a mixed emotion. I mean, it's bittersweet because it's been phenomenal this whole week in this rewalk. You really truly feel like you can walk.
The week of intensive exercise has done wonders for Andrew's confidence.
So you can see, pretty tall actually. You get so used to being down on wheelchair level, you tend to forget. Right now I'm looking at you in the eyes, which is such an amazing feeling.
If the suit looks futuristic, then the price isn't far off. It's priced at £50,000, which at current rates is around 800,000 rands, and it's £5,000 for a week's training.
With the exchange rate, it's just out of our price range at the moment. It's an expensive piece of technology, but I also want to create awareness of what's out there.
Andrew was recently awarded 10 million rand damages in a civil case brought against one of the boys who attacked him, but he has apparently gone into hiding. So for now, the rewalk suit remains a dream. Joy said the week had nevertheless provided her with memorable moments.
My best moment was when Andrew was asked when last he'd had a standing up hug, and he said in 2006, and they said, "Come on, Mum, give your son a standing up hug."
And suddenly, it's time to go home. While Joy ponders fundraising efforts, Andrew has one eye on the future. For as he told us in Cape Town before he left, in 2015, he's going to marry Robin.
Part of the reason why I'm so desperate to get the suit is I want to be able to walk down the aisle with her.
He is my best friend, so why not spend the rest of your life with your best friend?